And now, coming to you live from Studio B in beautiful downtown Paris, Tennessee, My Paris TV and Paris Production Studios presents Keel Media Network's #1 rated program, The Mike Weatherford Show. Now here is your host, Mike Weatherford.
It's Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. Welcome to the Mike Weatherford Show. We got a good show tonight, folks. We have got it going on. I've got the Ridgeways in here tonight. I've got Leon, Don, and John Penn, the mayor. We are going to be talking about things that I have no clue. I don't even have no notes. We're just going to just let it go. When you get this bunch in here, there's no way you can have notes. We're going to let it go. But we're also going to have a giveaway tonight I want to talk to y'all about. We got some VIP tickets we're going to give away to the River Jam. So don't go nowhere. Here it comes, Saturday the 18th. We got the VIP tickets. We got it going on here at the Mike Weatherford Show. You got to stay tuned in to win them. We got locals, Rocky and Randall French, Johnny Mack, and lots of other ones. This week is full of fun. Get them tickets. They're running low. I like to never got these two right here to give away to y'all guys. But don't forget, Thursday, we got the Marshall Tucker Band, downtown Paris. Now, folks, it don't get no better than that. Don't forget, tune in. Here in a little while, we're going to give away 2 VIP tickets to the River Jam, and you don't want to miss that. They're getting limited. If you haven't got them, you best be getting down there and getting them because they're about gone when I talk to them. But back to what we got going on tonight here, man. We have got it going tonight. We have got none other than John Penn Ridgeway, Henry County's own mayor. How you doing, bro?
I'm great, Mike. How are you doing,
I'm
man?
doing good, man. I appreciate you coming on again.
Well, all I came today for was to drive these two guys that are our guests, you know.
And you brought the cats in the hats, didn't you?
Boy, some stories will be told tonight.
It will going to be some good stories. I mean, how's it going in the mayor's office?
Everything's good, man.
Anything new, shocking?
I mean, same thing everybody else is dealing with. Air conditioning issues. The heat's going up. Gas prices going up,
you know. Got an answer to any of that as our mayor?
I wish I can handle air conditioning issues with enough money.
That's right.
Gas prices.
Enough money, you can buy that.
I guess, but I don't know the right man to call to get them to go down yet.
But one thing about it, you ain't got to worry about your water freezing.
No, that's for sure.
There ain't nobody calling no plumber saying, hey, get over here, my hot water's froze.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about plowing roads either,
that's
so
right.
that's good.
Well, let's get these other two cats going on over here. We have got none other than the Ridgeway boys, Mr. Leon and Mr. Don Ridgeway. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad. Leon, you get to be an old pro.
Oh, yes, I'm getting old. Oh, is that what you said?
I throw the word pro in there.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You are. You helped me at the when I did the live fish fry parade. You was there with me.
Oh, yes. I didn't have time to get all the bands and calculated out, though.
You did an excellent job. You could look at them and tell me who they was.
Well,
we had a pretty co-host, too, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason why you come up there, wasn't it?
Blonde,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting there right beside them. That's why you came. I knew
yes,
something.
that's why I came up there. Yeah.
Don?
Yes, sir, Mike.
Good to see you, my friend. How you been?
Well, I've been great. In fact, I just retired 2 weeks ago.
I've seen that.
I'm back at home in Paris, Tennessee, in Henry County, full time now.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm working harder now than I guess I ever did for the last 20 years in Dresden.
Tell me what your history in politics. What was you? State rep at one time. Tell me all about that.
I was state representative for 18 years, first elected to the 75th district in 1984. And prior to that, the only political office I held was in 1970. I ran for the Henry County School Board and got elected. And at that time, it was a 6-year term. So at the end of 6 years, I had moved from the district, so I couldn't seek re-election to the school board. And then I ran for state representative, served there for 18 years, and served under 3 different governors. And
who'd you serve under?
I served under Lamar Alexander, Ned McWhorter, and Don Sundquist.
That's right.
And I left in 2002.
It's really changed since the Don Ridgeway Democrat days, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, it certainly has. It's changed all across the country. but rural West Tennessee conservative Democrats, really.
Yeah.
We met.
I call them Ned Ray McWhorter Republicans.
That's what I'm fixing to tell you about. When I first got to the legislature, Ned was the Speaker of the House.
That's right.
And every Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock, the rural West Tennessee House Democratic Caucus would meet in the Speaker's office, and there'd be 14 or 15 of us. In fact, it grew to about 20 members because a lot of the rural Middle Tennessee members wanted to be in the Speaker's office at 7 o'clock. I'll tell an interesting story. Congressman Tanner was in the legislature at the time, and of course we met at 7 o'clock. And just about every week we'd be meeting in the Speaker's office, and they'd be talking to us, the Speaker, and Tanner'd come in anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes late, and Ned would say to John, "Did you bring the Banner with you?" Well, the Banner was the afternoon newspaper in Nashville at the time. The Tennessean was the morning paper. So that was an interesting thing. We'd all laugh every week when Ned would say that.
What's it feel like to have a son in the politics now?
Well, I never thought John Penn would seek any elected office.
You did.
Because he used to be my driver in his pickup truck. We went to every parade they had in whatever district I was in, Cottage Grove, Puryear, Henry, Erin, Huntington, Brewston.
You went to all of them.
I went to all of them.
Well, did you vote for him?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir, I voted for him.
Well, I'm just making sure.
And his mama did, too.
So that's 2 votes. Leon?
I voted twice.
You voted twice. Yeah, I tell everybody to remember, go vote and vote often.
Often.
Yeah, you got to vote often.
Mayor Daley did that in Chicago.
Yeah, he
for
did a lot of
long
that.
time.
Yeah. John Penn, you're right. I don't think there's a lot me and you can say. These 2 cats over here just
No,
far.
let them carry the show. I told you, I just drove.
You just drove. You still just driving them around.
I'm just
driving Miss
around,
Daisy's.
man. I'm
What
just
you're
driving
doing?
them around.
Mike, my brother did a little research.
He did.
Preparation.
Wasn't about me, was it?
No, not
All
about
right.
you.
All right.
But, gas prices are really, really high and going higher. He's found some information here from our grandfather used to have Ridgeway's store out at Hyco.
Right beside my house.
Well, here's the evidence.
All right, put a picture of this up here.
Yeah, there it is. There's right there.
1939.
1939. My granddaddy bought 100 gallons of gas for $18.50.
John Penn, how much is that a gallon? Look at him.
Put me on spot. 18 cents.
18
cents. 18 and a half cents.
Now look at that, folks. T.A. Ridgeway, fresh grocer. That store is tore down now. It's on Whitlock Road. We always called it Ridgeway Store Road.
It burned down.
Yeah, but they tore it down. And it goes right by my road. I live on a Sparks Road. And then you turn the corner, it was right there on your left. We always called that road the Ridgeway Store Road, but they renamed it Whitlock when they done all the 911.
I learned to drive on that road, and it was always the Ridgeway Store
That's
Road.
God's country out there in Hyco.
That's Daddy was from Hyco,
That's
Mother
right.
was from Cottage Grove.
Well, that's a mixed breed, but the Hyco part is what made y'all so good, I'm sure. But Leon, how old was you born then?
Just back. No, that was written in March, and I wasn't born until August of '39.
Oh, gas done went up since when
Oh,
you got
it went up. Oh, immediately.
100 gallons.
I was born in Dover,
$15.
Tennessee. We had to fly. Birds brought our gas.
Oh, did it through a water hose? Well, that's how you pump sunshine in through a water hose.
That's exactly right.
100 gallons of gas, folks, was $18.50. But you know what, Leon? $18.50 was a lot of money back in 1939.
It sure was.
What did you tell me one time when you run the ambulance service? Y'all go out and get somebody and carry them to the hospital. What'd y'all charge them?
Oh, $5.
$5. Patch them up and send them on to the hospital.
Take them to Memphis for $35.
What?
Now they fly on a helicopter.
About
For $35,000.
$35,000.
So
If you
it's
still
different.
got that ambulance, I'd like to let you just carry me on up there for $35. I'd give you $50.
I sold them to the county. So I'm
Greatest thing ever happened to the funeral business was when the county took over the ambulance service.
I thought it might have been good for the funeral business with Leon being a doctor and you up when you come out on him.
Hey, Mike, you got it all wrong.
Oh, okay.
Leon was the
Driver.
ambulance jockey.
Right, I remember him.
When I started at age 16, I was in the back with the patient.
Oh, okay.
I was the medic, and we had American Red Cross first aid training. In fact, we wore coats that had our Red Cross patch on our arm, and we've come I can tell you this, we've come a long way. We've got EMTs and, and specialists. Oh, they can save a person. Over the years, Leon and I and Daddy, when I'd ride with Daddy, we saved a lot of lives. I know we did.
You know where the Take Me Back restaurant is?
Yes.
Those railroad tracks right there. See, I grew up in West Paris as a child, over on the west side, on the hard side. What we call
went
the
to
hood.
Lee School.
That's where I went to Lee School. And I would be up there at the top of that hill. There, Nova Ski had a service station, and I forgot who was there. Where it was before Maryland King had the 7-Eleven there. Yeah, before them days. And I remember Leon coming down through there in that ambulance. That pig squealer was a squall, and he hit them railroad tracks. Was that a big Cadillac, wasn't it?
I know. I had Buick and Oldsmobile.
Well, I thought it was a Cadillac, but it may have been an Oldsmobile.
I might.
And that thing hit them railroad cracks, and he sailed across that air. And I believe it looked like the Dukes of Hazzard. He hit the ground just about down there in Industrial Barrens, and he went off down that hill. That pig squealer was a squalling, son. I'll never forget that. That was something to a 6-8-year-old boy. That's pretty exciting news, because you was my hero then. That's why I got into racing, Leon, watching you drive that ambulance.
I made a lot of racket, didn't I?
You made a lot of racket.
Yeah, I made a lot of racket.
We had a Q2 siren on those two ambulances, and that was as loud as you could get.
Well, sure.
Only the fire department had a Q2. We had a Q2. The hood would vibrate when we shower down on that
You ought
siren.
to see the dogs go down there.
They sure would.
I've seen dogs.
They'd howl for weeks, wouldn't they?
And cows. It had two fans in the motor back there. That's what they call a Q2. And when they peaked, there was a whistle sound that you and I couldn't hear, but those animals could. And they would run to the back end of the. I couldn't move cars, but I could move cows.
Did y'all have radios?
Oh yes,
Well, we got
CBs.
We got high band CBs. We worked up above the 40 channels and ran 140 amp linears with
so
them.
let me get this straight now. The Ridgeway boys be just sitting around over at the funeral home, because it worked out at the funeral home back there behind it. And a call would come in. So Leon would get out there, and he wouldn't even put a helmet on. He'd just jump in there, turn his pig squealer on, that Q2, and you'd get in the back with your Mercure comb and your little satchel, and y'all'd head out.
And praying all the time, oh, I hope they're not hurt. Oh, I hope they're not.
I remember one of the last runs we made before the county took it over. We went out there was a wreck out at between Purrier and Jones Mill, and it was 10, 11 o'clock at night, and we were headed out there, and I was really praying, oh, please don't let anybody be hurt. Please don't let anybody be hurt. And Leon almost stopped the ambulance, but he looked over at me, he said, brother, if there's nobody hurt, we don't get paid.
That's right.
That's kind of like in the funeral home, but if they don't die, you don't get paid, do you?
Well, we'll let that go.
But Leon and I both went to Atkins Porter School.
That's what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah.
You should have went to Lee.
Well, I understand. I had a lot of good buddies.
That's right.
And met them all at Grove Junior High School.
That's where we all congregated.
And some of my best friends came from the
Lee School.
Lee School. But anyway, Leon.
Which one of y'all's the oldest?
Yeah.
Look again, Mike. Have you been to see your optometrist lately?
No, I've got a Cadillac on both eyes, so I don't really know.
Well, anyway.
Let me borrow your glasses.
He's 8.5 years older than I am. I always tell everybody he's 9 years older than me. I
knew he was old.
One daddy. I had two daddies. I had my daddy, and then I had my other daddy here and my brother.
Have you got any good stories that y'all can tell on each other growing up?
Oh, no.
None of them you want to tell, or can you tell?
Well, I can tell this, brother.
See there, Leon, you had a chance and you blew it right there.
Mother was a strict disciplinarian.
Oh, my grandmother, she was a bear, man.
Mother
I
was
like
a
it.
strict disciplinarian. She played basketball. She was all county, and if it had all state at that time, she would have been all state at the Cottage Grove basketball team. And my Aunt May Call, played guard. Mother was a forward, a shooting forward.
Played three sections. You had two, and two, three parts of the court.
Right.
And but anyway, I wanted to tell about Mother and her basketball prowess, but also she taught Leon and I how to play baseball, how to play basketball, and of course in the attic of the funeral home, we had a regulation height basketball goal, and it was at least a half a court size.
Huh.
And all the neighborhood kids, especially in the wintertime, rainy days,
Up above?
on the
That's
third
still
floor.
there.
The third
On
floor.
the third floor, you look out and see those little windows up there. That's
Yeah.
where we had the.
Regulation height
Yeah.
basketball
I
goal.
couldn't. My mama would whoop my hind end if I bounced a basketball in the house. How the hell did y'all get by with playing basketball?
Well,
in the
here's
house?
the deal. It was an attic and had it marked off, and everybody initialed and chalked their names and E.W. Grove High School or whatever they wanted to put on the walls, and you can still read some of that stuff on the walls.
I
but-
got to come to see that.
But we couldn't play basketball if there was visitation going on down on the first floor.
Of course, you'd hear us bouncing the ball.
You can feel the vibration here. So all the neighborhood kids, especially in the wintertime, on a cold Saturday or Sunday, neighbors would call, and at that time our phone number was 340. Still had operators.
Yep.
340, they'd all call 340 and say, Don, y'all got any bodies? If we didn't have any visitation going on at the funeral home, Daddy would let us play basketball.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
So it was
Leon, you
great
broke.
growing
You
up.
didn't break the rules.
Which rules?
Break
we
the
wrote,
rules.
We wrote our own.
I was going to tell you, Mother disciplined Leon. I don't remember. Oh, it was the time that you and ran out of gas down at Henry, and you walked back, and you didn't get back home till like 6 o'clock the next morning. You were with
Larry McGee.
Dr. McGee.
Dr. McGee.
And who else was- Covington.
Robert Covington. And they,
Is that your story, and you sticking to it?
I'm sticking
Well,
to it.
Right.
Mother decided that he could go to his room that Saturday and stay in there for 24 hours. Well, his bedroom was in the front part of the house. My bedroom was in the back. So when I heard Mother say that, I decided I better get out of there.
Yeah.
So I opened the back door, and I'm about halfway down the back stairway, and Mother sticks her head out and says, Don, get back up here. I said, why, Mama? I'm going out to play. Because we had a lot of kids in the neighborhood there. She said, if Leon's got to be in his room for 24 hours, you're going to go to your room for 24 hours. So I always remembered that, brother. I didn't do anything.
Well,
Now, which one of y'all won the fights? There had to be some fist fights.
I can tell you about this.
Tell Leon, you got to get a word in, man.
I may not be very bright, but Leon bought a set of boxing gloves.
Look at Leon.
And I said, and he, you know, he's older than me. He's 8 years older than me.
But he
he
says he's a better looking one, but go ahead.
He gives me the right-handed glove. He said, here, brother, you're right-handed. Here, take this glove. Well, it didn't dawn on me. Leon's ambidextrous. He's left-handed and right-handed. Well, he took that left-handed glove, and he'd just shower me. Just, we had a rule where you couldn't hit him in the stomach. But, boy, he'd wear my head out. So he was always the boxing king.
Well, Leon, he's sitting there talking about you. Tell me something. Did you whoop his hind end with a boxing glove? Did you ever give him a whooping he didn't need?
well, not really. I wouldn't say that I whipped him. I just might not do a favor for him every once
okay.
in a while.
You just
know,
scabbed him up a little bit.
Yes, like that. You know, that's not like the time that we were in Nashville after our mother died, and I was up there. We were going to the General Assembly up there. And so we were shopping around. There was a night session on Monday night. And so we were shopping, and one man asked him, he said, looked at us, and he said, "Are y'all twins?" And that just burned him. And he said, "No, I'm the one with real hair." Well, golly, this man didn't know at that time I was wearing a hairpiece, but he had to tell the man I was wearing a hairpiece.
Well, did you whip him?
No, well, just wait a minute.
Okay.
Now, story.
I know what you're going to tell.
So that night, they were honoring our mother who had died previously in March, and this was in March, and mother died in February. It was a resolution, and they read the resolution, and Don got up to thank them for all the help that they've done and for the concern that they were and everything like that. And he said, "My brother's here with me tonight." About that time, I just walked up halfway up the aisle, halfway to the front, up to the speaker stand, reached up, tucked my head, flipped my hair off, set it back on. Took the whole thing. Well, it got written up in the Tennessean, in the Commercial Appeal, and in the band, and a newspaper over in Chattanooga about a hair-raising event on the House floor. And I did the work, and his little picture was on there. In 15 seconds, I got him statewide publicity.
Did you charge him?
Well, I know, but he paid for dinner.
He sure did. Nobody's ever saluted the General Assembly by taking their toupee
Hairpiece
off.
That's right. Leon, you the only one that's never got political. Are you the smart one or what?
Oh,
Yes.
don't.
Did you run for office?
He's the smartest one of the bunch.
Don't put me down now.
No, I'm just asking you, did you ever run for office?
Yes, I ran for secretary of the Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee group of key clubs in high school as a junior and got elected.
Okay.
And then the next year, I ran for vice president of the distributive education clubs of America for the state of Tennessee in Nashville and got elected. And got elected a delegate to go to Oklahoma City to the national convention. So when I got to Oklahoma, there was a boy from Texas running for president and wasn't anybody else running against him. So I said, well, I'll just run against that man. So I went out and had me some cards printed, and I was running against the big boy from Texas. He had
Don't mess with Texas.
He had some organization and everything, and I beat him. I got elected national president, so I thought that's good enough for me. I just quit then.
And I tell you what, Mike, that was quite an honor for Leon to be president of the National Distributive Education Clubs. When his term was over, the honors banquet was at Ohio State University. And they had Mother, Daddy, and I seated at the front table right by the speaker's podium. And the gentleman that was seated next to my dad was J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney.
He was an old gentleman at that time, but Mr. Penney, he was seated at the table.
But I'm kind of glad that Leon didn't get into political, because who could we got to call the wrestling matches?
Oh,
Listen,
now,
buddy.
Mike,
I mean, I'm
we
telling
had
you.
fun during those days.
I remember the day.
Paris Shrine Club sponsored.
Oh, yeah, I can remember the day that Leon body slammed Tojo Yamamoto.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That wasn't the way it was.
Oh.
That wasn't the way
Rowdy
it
Red
was.
Roberts.
Oh, was it? I thought you done some kung fu and other stuff on Tojo Yamamoto.
Well, I had them in Dallas, Texas. I worked the first aid station at the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas when I was in mortuary school. The embalming instructor was head of the Dallas Rescue Squad, and they worked that, and I went and got a free ticket to go in there and see all these wrestlers, all at the, Duke Kiamuka, Rowdy Red Roberts or something like that, and the Kangaroos out of Arizona, Australia, and so I was experienced.
Did you learn how to do them half hitches with a full Nelson?
Oh, listen, I took that ammonia capsule and just cracked it in my fingers and stuck it on their nose, and I brought them right back. But then so when I came back home from mortuary school and was in the Shrine Club, we started sponsoring wrestling down at the City Auditorium.
I used to go down there.
The City Auditorium.
People couldn't do that now. They couldn't. It'd be so hot. Remember, you used to crack in going nowhere.
That's right. It wasn't there.
No, it was hotter than it is now.
That's where we played bitty basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Shows all the time down there. But anyway, I was the ring announcer.
I remember.
I sold popcorn. Daddy took up
Didn't
tickets.
Crawdad beat the bell? Wouldn't Crawdad Chambers the bell ringer?
That's Sam Pilla.
Sam Pilla. Okay.
Sam Pilla.
Sam and Mary's Flowers.
That's right. Down there on Dunlap.
Sam and I sat at a little table.
That's right.
At that corner, and he'd ring the bell. And I'd get up and announce, in this corner weighing 35 pounds is from, all that lot of stuff you give thing. So then one night that the two old guys got to running around on the outside of the...
brother, it was two women.
Oh, yes, two women. Yeah, well, I didn't want to...
Well, Leon, I can't believe you didn't recognize that was women, but go ahead.
Well, two women got
That's a good story.
I know.
got to chasing each other around the ring, round and round and round. Well, Sam Pilla got up out of his chair and moved. Well, the chair was a little table. I crawled under the table, going to get out of the way. Well, this fine sister comes around and yanks the corner of that table. The table hits the chair, and the chair hits me in the lip, and I'm bleeding. They're
Like
out running
hog.
around, and I'm bleeding, and I go to the hospital and get a stitch.
Did you call your brother to get the ambulance and carry you to the hospital?
I carried him to the hospital, to the emergency room. That finished that night for us at the wrestling match. We get to the emergency room. Dr. Joe Mobley is working the emergency room. And I bring him in, and Dr. Joe said, well, Leon, what happened? Leon was too embarrassed to tell him it. Lady wrestler kicked the table and hit him in the mouth. And he said, I'm not going to stitch it up. It's going to take stitches on the outside and the inside. You're lucky it didn't knock out your teeth. He said, but I'm not going to stitch you up till you tell me what happened. And Leon had to tell him that two women wrestlers got a hold of him.
I'd have been a pretty good story to tell.
Yeah.
I'd be proud of that, wouldn't you, John Penn?
I would be now.
I'd be walking around showing that scar. Everybody, look at see right here. See a scar? That happened one night. Two women wrestlers did that. Well, Leon.
Well, they sure did. It's dangerous to be a ring announcer.
It was back in Paris. When I was a kid, we go down to the City Auditorium. They had them old windows that kind of folded out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Had them bleachers. It'd be hot, but your mama would have a fan. I think.
Ridgeway funeral.
Probably
That's
said
what I was
Ridgeway,
gonna say.
Ridgeway morticians.
That's right. They sit there and fan you, and then your mama reach and fan you a little bit, and she reached back and fan, and nobody complained. I'd get up and go get me some popcorn and a Coke. Had them in paper cups. Remember that?
Paper cups.
I mean, Friday. I think it was Friday nights too, if I ain't mistaken.
It was.
It was.
It was, Mike.
I mean, that place would be packed. I can remember seeing Tommy Rich, Tojo Yamamoto, what was him?
Roughhouse Fargo.
All that bunch come
Welch
through.
boys,
Yeah.
Welch brothers.
Dutch Dundee.
Bill Dundee. Superstar. Yeah.
Yep, all them guys come through there. That was a big time. And my daddy wrestled one time.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Him and John Madden used to be the policeman. They wrestled. Daddy was the guy that had the mask on.
I was fixing to say, do you put a mask on?
My
What
dad,
was his
I don't even know
trade
what
name?
I don't even know. They wanted my dad to be the heel. And you got John Madden being a city cop was the hero. You know how wrestling worked.
Sure.
And so Dad and John done a little bit of practice, I think. And Dad said that he had that mask on, had that seam right on the side that was getting in my daddy's ear. And he said that he got my dad in a headlock. He was grinding on my dad's ear. My dad said, I was trying to tell him you're about to tear my ear off. He said, but he wouldn't listen because the crowd was getting into it. And Dad said I had to pick him up and throw him backwards. He said, when we got done, he said, John, you like to kill me? Dad said, well, you about tore my ear off. But I knew it was my daddy because my daddy had a tattoo on his arm right here. And I looked up there and I said, that's my daddy. And my mom said, just be quiet. So I had to watch my daddy wrestle and everybody booing him, knowing my daddy. I was something.
He'd never told you.
No, I didn't know it.
Well, they was back there in the same dressing room.
Why, sure.
One comes out of this side of the curtain,
Why,
the other
yeah.
comes out of the other
But you know
side.
how they used to be the heel. They call him the heel. My daddy was the heel, and John Madden, the policeman, was the hero. And I figured you remember that story about.
Well, no, I didn't remember that story.
Yeah, but that was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
the other
sure
one,
was.
when we was talking about the Welches, we're out there in Texas one day.
They were from Yorkville.
Yeah,
Who's
Let's
that?
see. The Welches.
The Welch
Yeah.
Herb
brothers.
and Roy
Yeah.
Welch.
Well, they were out there having a wrestling match, and this one wrestler fell out of the ring, got thrown out.
Was
the
it a
other
woman?
one- No, this was men.
okay.
This was-
I figured around
This
you,
is
women fall out a lot.
This was in. This was.
They
This,
done got your lip busted over. Well, go ahead.
this was in Texas. Well, this guy was sitting on the front row, all dressed up. You've seen Porter Wagner, all
Yeah.
those fancy outfits that he used to wear. Well, this guy was dressed up like that, had on thing, and he threw him off, and he got to fighting, and the law came and separated them. Said, "Oh, you get over here and get there." And so they said, "I'll fight him. I'll fight him. I'll fight him." I said, "No, you can't. You're not a qualified wrestler." "Oh yeah, I'll do it." Well, after a while, they got him quiet down, and after the next intermission, they came back and said, we've reached an agreement. The cowboy is going to practice this week, and he will wrestle our wrestler next week. We'll just call him Cowboy Welch. Lord, that lit up like a light. I said, he's a wrestler from way back, let alone practice.
You know what broke my heart? You remember Wright's Restaurant used to be on the hill down there
Yes.
on Washington Street?
Yeah.
One Saturday, I seen two of the wrestlers sitting there eating together, and they was enemies the Friday night before, and that Saturday they was down there eating. I looked, I said, that just broke my heart. I thought they was trying to kill each other, but now I seen them eating together.
Well,
We've enjoyed those days at the City Auditorium.
We need some more of that.
And
I would-
Jerry Lee Lewis down there.
Did Elvis play there?
Elvis played there, and I vaguely think Mama took me, but
Didn't you mess up his piano?
no, Jerry
No,
Lee.
no,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
He
Jerry.
broke the piano the night we saw him at the City Auditorium.
Right. Well, they're in my ear. We have got to take a commercial break. Y'all ain't going nowhere, are you?
No, sir.
You
We're,
gonna stay
we're
there?
I'm
here for-
driving, so they're
John
all
Penn.
right. I'm driving.
my
so
feet,
they're
Folks,
good.
my feet won't touch your floor.
Yeah, you're fine. John Penn, these cats are something. These stories, what do you think?
They're gonna take your shows. What I
That's
think.
what I
Mike,
want.
better
You know,
worry.
you got a big act to follow. You know what?
I can't top these two guys.
when you get
I'm
older,
not that full of it.
No,
man.
when me and you get older, we're gonna be down there where they are. We're gonna be telling. You remember that time you was on my show and your uncle and your dad was on there,
Oh yeah.
and that time that Leon got whipped with them two women wrestlers.
Yeah. You should take a road trip with both of them.
I need to go with them guys.
Take a road trip with them. I mean, it's like
I'm
nothing you've
retired
experienced
now.
before.
I can take off,
All right, folks, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we get back, we got something special. We're going to give away some VIP tickets to the River Jam, so you definitely want to hang around for this. So we got another surprise guest coming in, going to help me give these tickets away, so don't go nowhere. Give me about 5 minutes and get ready, because we're going to give these tickets away, and we'll tell you more info about it when we come back, so we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
This presentation of the Mike Weatherford Show is being brought to you by
Don't forget, August the 4th, your friend, my friend, and our friend, David Hayes, is running for County Commissioner, District 4. Don't be a hater, vote for Tater.
This has been a paid political ad for David Hayes for County Commissioner. Paid for by David Hayes.
With a new name and a new location, Paris Power Sports is now Paris Outdoor Power. What's not changing, though, is the same great quality service and commitment to your satisfaction. Leading the area since 2016 as your bad boy and skag mower dealer, Paris Outdoor Power will continue to proudly bring only the best in outdoor equipment, including now TYM tractors, as well as outstanding, reliable service that is centered on and committed to creating long-lasting relationships. Come see our new showroom today, Paris Outdoor Power. Mow with an attitude and power on.
Napa Auto and Truck Parts. With over 95 years of experience, you can trust the Napa know-how.
Take Me Back Cafe. Delicious home-cooked family-style meals in a nostalgic, warm, and inviting atmosphere. Take Me Back Cafe. Great for the entire family.
And the attorneys at Hawley & McAdams, who with over 90 years of combined experience, pride themselves in competent, thorough representation, utilizing their vast experience in a broad array of practice areas. Voted favorite law firm in the 14th Annual Reader's Choice Award, Hawley & McAdams are proud and honored to serve you.
Shattering the image of standard nursing homes and committed to enhancing the human spirit, Charter Senior Living of Paris is focused on removing barriers that can prevent your success and a better life. A unique boutique community with many wonderful amenities, we offer various levels of quality care in an apartment and floor plan of your choosing. Learn more and request your free resource guide at charterparis.com or give us a call today. When physical assistance becomes a necessity, enjoy the peace of mind you deserve. The decision to buy or sell a home can be a difficult one, and it's important to have someone you can trust during that process. Landmark Realty is that someone, committed to serving you and to building solid, long-lasting relationships. Our experienced real estate agents with established professional networks work hard to help you find your perfect dream home. Browse our wide variety of homes at landmarkrealtytn.com or stop in at either of our 2 locations in Camden or Paris. Don't live in the past. Let Landmark move you into your future.
Whether it's real estate, business, criminal, or family law, civil litigation, estate planning, or even personal injury, attorneys Andy Clark and Chad Cox of Clark & Cox PLLC provide the experience and trusted representation that you're looking for. A long-standing Paris PI Reader's Choice favorite, Clark & Cox address your legal issues using the team approach, setting into motion a strong and highly competent and capable staff to assist you with all your legal needs. To find out more about how we can help you, visit clarkandcoxlaw.com or call us at 731-642-4446.
L.I. Smith & Associates, a full-service engineering and surveying company that combines 40 years of industry expertise with new cutting-edge technology to provide innovative solutions to real-world problems. Headquartered in Paris, the professionals at L.I. Smith are dedicated to providing high-quality surveying and civil engineering services throughout Henry County and the surrounding region. L.I. Smith & Associates, industry expertise, innovative solutions, and community-focused. 54 Fuel Mart, a great place to eat with friendly staff and some of the best gas prices in town. Stop in for a bite to eat or get treated like family. That's 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A West Wood Street in Paris.
Kenny Christopher has been truly honored to represent his home county of Benton as your sheriff for the past 8 years and would like to thank all its citizens for affording him that opportunity. Kenny recognizes that no one can do this job alone and that he has been truly blessed by God with a supportive family as well as a fully dedicated, sacrificial, and hardworking staff of employees. Election Day is coming August 4th, and Kenny Christopher humbly asks for your continued support and vote for Sheriff of Benton County.
This has been a paid political ad for Sheriff of Benton County, Tennessee, paid for by Kenny Christopher for Sheriff.
Welcome back, folks. We have been sitting here talking with the Ridgeways. Basically, it's been Don and the Leon show tonight. Me and John Penn, we ain't got a whole lot we could have said tonight, but, you know, it's been fun. We've enjoyed it. And Look who slid in with me right here beside him. What's up, brother?
Yeah, glad to be here. 2 weeks in a row.
It is. I feel privileged, man. Or I don't know if was that the word you used.
Yeah, I got a little more sunburnt this week, as you can tell in the
And
monitor.
I got you on this side. Look how much
I
smaller
know
you look.
This is a much skinny angle, so
Yeah,
I like that.
I give you some the skinny angle.
I appreciate
on the
that.
lens, man.
Anytime.
Glad to have you, brother. Tell me about what's going on now. We just about here. We got
Nothing.
2 days
I got
when it starts.
Got 18 holes in today. Going to get 18 in tomorrow, and I'm just kidding. There's a music festival this week, so I said that to somebody earlier, and they're like, "Oh, you actually got to play golf today? It's a little hot." I said, "No." I said,
Looky here, what's going on? Tell me about that, brother.
It's the Tennessee River Jam. It's here. Believe it or not, we kick off Thursday night with the Marshall Tucker Band downtown. We've got 35 different artists over the 4-day period. Lots happening in Paris and Henry County, but the big concert's going to be Saturday night with Big and Rich and Cowboy Troy. You got Matty True kicking off at 4 o'clock. The doors out there are going to open at 2 at the state park, and so you can come out 2 o'clock. We'll have all the food vendors, all the pomp and circumstance, all that fun stuff that comes with the music festival. We'll kick off at about 2 o'clock. Our buddy Cody Nance is going to be out there with the Mechanical Bull, so if you want to take your chance with Mechanical Bull, get your little practice in.
I'm about to get my practice on.
Get your practice
Get my
in.
mojo
Yeah.
flowing.
And then we've got a good variety. Of course, our buddy Rockin' Randall gets to open for Big and Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Someone asked me on Froggy Monday. They said, "What are you looking forward to the most?" And I said, "It's the moments like that. That's one of the things that we created this music festival for, was to see people like our buddy Rockin' Randall walk on stage."
He'll make Big and Rich be on their toes.
I told
When
Chris
Rocky
Tate,
Randall gets on the stage, I'm being serious,
Yeah.
guys. This guy is going to make them have to up their game, buddy.
Absolutely.
100%.
They'll have to, because
Yeah.
he's one of the better artists you'll ever. And all of them's good.
They're all good. Everybody's
He'll make
good.
'em. Tell me about these VIP tickets. Tell me what they get when we give these away here in a minute.
So the first 400 seats there are going to be kind of gated in. It's going to have seats already available for you. And so when you get there, your seats are there. We'll have fans. We're going to treat you like royalty. You're going to have a little swag bag that's got a ticket to a food truck. So you're technically buying someone's dinner too with this.
I am.
So it's going to be a food truck opportunity, some beverage drinks. They're going to have sunglasses, and they're going to have hand sanitizer and bugs, all this fun stuff in their swag bag.
So when they get these free tickets here in a minute,
Yep.
they getting the best of the best.
The royal treatment.
There you
the
go,
royal
folks.
treatment.
So you about ready to give these away?
I think so. If you are,
All right, folks, here's what we want to do. We're going to pop up a number here. The 7th caller that calls this number right here. No, put your phone up. The 7th caller will win these tickets. Kevin's going to answer the phone, and he's going to come back to us when we get the 7th caller. Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
You're going to win. What's the value of them? $200?
So they're $100 a piece right now, plus taxes and fees. Everything's going to go up $10 day of.
Right.
So don't wait. There's no reason to wait.
No, I've been
see
telling
the
everybody.
It's going to cool off a little bit, according to the weatherman.
It's going to be cool today.
Which
So
is
what?
great.
Who wants the hell to go out there in the cold weather and listen to
Right,
music?
and it's not going to be raining. Knock on wood.
It ain't
That can
gonna
always
rain.
change,
It
but
never rains.
forecast shows that. So it's going to be true Kentucky Lake June weather.
It don't matter if you get to see what you brung to Henry County.
Yeah.
You can put up a little heat, but if you get these VIP tickets, you're going to be in there where it's got some fans blowing on you. It's going to be in the shade. You're going to have your own cheer. You're going to have all the perks that goes with it. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that's so cool about this is, I know growing up here, to get to see Marshall Tucker Band and Big and Rich and Kentucky Headhunters in our hometown, and that's how you can support this, is buying merchandise, going out to these events, thanking our sponsors, all those types of things. John Penn with the Henry County Tourism Authority. Folks like that, thank them, because without their investment, this isn't possible. Believe it or not, we don't make our money off the ticket sales. We make our money off the sponsors and the investment that those folks make. The rest is just what helps us get
But
to
what's
that mark.
going to happen is somebody
Is
is
gonna
going
win
to
them.
wait
Yeah, they're going to wait.
too late to get their tickets.
Then they're going to call John Penn.
And they're going to call
They're
you.
going to call me. They're going to call
And they're
you.
gonna call me, and,
And
they're
I'm
going to
gonna
say,
say,
we need a ticket, Mike. I'm going to say,
Yep.
sorry, I've been on this show for 2 months,
Just about.
and we've been pumping this and telling you, don't wait to the last minute. I had to pull a little string to get these 2 VIPs. So I'm going to tell you, you better not wait.
Yeah.
There's some few more left out there
Yep.
at the chamber. You better get out there.
Yep.
Don't. It ain't too hot. Trust
Nope.
me. It ain't too hot because, I mean, who cares what the heat is?
Yeah.
Don't miss it because, you know, you're not going to get to go anywhere else and see what you're going to get to see down there.
And you can find
What's
out.
a regular general admission ticket?
$35.
$35.
You can't beat that. You
can't
can't
even
buy
go out
an
and eat supper
individual
for that.
Well, you can't buy an individual Big and Rich concert ticket for
No.
that. Let alone Rockin' Randall, Paula Bridges, Chandler Stevens, Matty True. So you can't beat
And I
that.
get to hang out with you and me, Mike.
That's right. You get to see it.
That's extra added
It
value right
don't
there, buddy.
get no better. We got parking.
You got parking out there somewhere.
You got
It's
somewhere.
free. It's free.
It's free parking.
Yeah.
They got beer.
Yep.
You got beer trucks, beer
Yeah.
car, beer
Yeah.
gardens.
Yeah.
You got food.
Got food.
And I guarantee gonna be pretty women. Might be some Hooter girls there.
Well, we'll see if you deliver.
Leon, you want to go? They're gonna have some Hooter girls.
What are we talking about?
Somebody wake him up down there.
Woke him up.
Watch yourself, bro.
It's past his bedtime down
Oh, he know what I'm talking about. We got a winner.
there. Got a
I
winner.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're going to tell me here in my ear in a minute. He's working out the details. What you need to do is stay on the line.
Yep.
I don't know who it is.
And
They're doing the magic back here now. They're going.
I'll throw a quick plug in while you're getting all that. Go to
We got a winner.
Yep. Go to.
All right, you gonna patch them through to me?
Oh, they're on.
Bridget.
I'm on. Yes.
Hello,
Hello.
Bridget.
How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good. Well,
High tech.
congratulations.
Thank you.
You won some VIP tickets. Tell her what you got there again.
Yeah, so you got VIP tickets. They're going to be getting your information. Get me your email address, and we'll email those over to you. They're hosted through Eventbrite, and so we'll be able to email those to you first thing in the morning when we get back in the office.
What do you think, girl? Are you excited?
I am so excited. I have not got to go yet, and I'm so excited about this show. I know about the local bands and stuff, so I'm so excited.
Well, good. I want you to go have fun, and I want you to tell all your friends where you got them tickets. Where'd you get them at?
The Mike Weatherford show.
That's what I want to hear. I want to thank you for coming on. That was pretty good. Stay on the line. Don't go nowhere. They got to get some info from you,
Yep.
and I want to appreciate you tuning in. And what do you think about these Ridgeways? What do you think about these guys? Ain't they something?
They are something.
They are something.
They are blessed. But I want you to go have
That's what we are.
something. That's right. And what about Travis? You got to give Travis, give him his thumbs up because what he's put together for us to go down there and do. I mean, everybody needs to go.
Absolutely. He has done so much for this community. Yes, it's
Well,
great.
thank you.
He does. Well, Bridget, I appreciate it, and thanks for tuning into the show. And tell your friends to tune in to the Mike Weatherford Show because you never know what you'll get on this show.
You never know.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bridget.
so
Don't
much.
go nowhere.
Okay.
All righty. What do you think, man?
I tell you need to double Kevin's salary because when you said she's calling in, I thought you were going to pull out a phone. And the fact that she popped in our ears
I'm
and
good.
talked to
ain't I?
us, I'm pretty
Did you not see
impressed
these
by
buttons I'm pushing down here?
that. Last week you had Patrick on the Zoom, and
Yeah.
you told me I could zoom in tonight, and I thought no, he won't have.
I want you to come in live.
So I
I had to
came in
see you in them
live.
shorts.
That's what
That's
it was.
what I wanna see in
We
them
got
shorts.
we got to load trailers and stuff tonight. so.
Well, we got to go back to my guy. You gonna hang around with me a minute, ain't you?
Well,
What do you think about these guys right here now? Leon, did you ever think, did you see the day that we would have a big, top-notch band like Big and Rich and Cowboy Troy? The Kentucky Headhunters are going somewhere,
Yeah,
too. They're down
Breakers.
here, and you got the Marshall Tucker Band. That never happened. What do y'all think?
Well, we got talent all over Henry County.
We do. We got.
Yeah, they've
What-
been doing all this stuff for years.
What can you play?
He can play
Radio.
The kazoo.
He can play the
And a
radio.
kazoo.
The kazoo.
Kazoo.
Kazoo, yeah. I had a kazoo band
He did.
at one time.
Somebody said you was a polka man, too.
I would have to keep both feet on the ground.
You can't do polka?
I can't do polka.
Did you hear about him, his story about wrestling a while ago?
I heard that. That was
Yeah,
pretty-
he got two women wrestlers whipped him.
It's a true story.
Yeah, and the part he didn't tell you was is him. Really, what happened to his lip was him and Tojo Yamamoto was fighting over those women wrestlers. What really happened?
Well, now,
And Leon won.
Well, that's
yes,
good.
yes, I
If
did.
you're gonna fight him, win.
Tell you what, I got kicked one other time too by a lady wrestler too.
What is it about you and these women wrestlers?
I just I don't know. I got too close to them, I guess. When the announcer, you had to have somebody to make it more exciting. Something, so they'd fight the men.
Oh, yeah.
Like I want to tell you, we got the love of wrestling from our mother and daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
Now, mother wouldn't admit to this even today.
Well, they thought it was real, too.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
My daddy would have swore it was.
But daddy on Saturday nights, the announcer was Nick Goulis.
Nick Goulis, that's right.
Came out of Channel 2
Out of
in Nashville.
We watched Memphis.
Well, we had to watch the Nashville on Saturday
Nashville
night.
was the first one. Memphis moved there later on.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
And mother, she just couldn't believe. Leon and I and John T. were watching
My
wrestling.
daddy'd get over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get right in front of the
yeah.
TV.
And when the TV, when the camera go off a little bit, my daddy'd be over trying to look around like that.
And
See.
mother, she wouldn't watch it, but she always stayed in the room.
Oh, yeah, she listened.
And when Daddy would get up and stand in front and argue with the referee, he's got a chain, he's got a chain, he's got a chain.
And the referee couldn't see it.
Stick it back in his
Yeah, yeah.
This is true.
Mother'd say, "Move over, John T. Move out of the way. I can't see."
What's the biggest thing that y'all seen change since y'all two was kids till today? What's the biggest, I'm going to ask individually, I want you to tell me first. Don, what have you noticed the biggest change in people or the world or whatever since when you was a child till today?
Video games, cell phones, all of that is, in our neighborhood, there were about 12, 15 kids in 2-block area there. We played outside all the time. We climbed trees. We played wiffle ball. We played baseball.
Played Army?
Played Army. Oh, Lord, yes. We played Army down
Red
in the woods.
Rover.
Down in the woods behind what used to be Shady Nook swimming pool. We'd play Army all over those hills.
We played over on the viaduct on Wood Street.
Okay.
Down over there and played down there where Cash Savers is now. That was a big sand pit. Get all them sand ticks on you down there. It was awful. I'd come home. My daddy'd take some
That's a
kerosene.
awful sand tick.
Oh, they're awful.
Man,
My daddy
they're
would take a rag and put gasoline on it and take me out there in the backyard, make me get naked, and wipe me down with that rag of gasoline.
That's the only thing that killed me.
That's right.
That's right.
That was a sight.
They're bad.
And tell me, did you ever grow up like that?
No, we played video games. No, I'm just kidding.
hell,
I'm just kidding. No,
but
I get it. No, yeah, that's the kicker.
What have you seen change?
You talk about that. It's been excitement. I rode the ferry across the Tennessee River when I was a young boy. See, my daddy.
You mean there was a river was already there?
Oh yeah.
This was prior to the Kentucky Dam.
This is before. See, they didn't flood that land till in the early 20s. They were building when they were building the
40s.
40s, yeah. What else? Yeah, 40s.
You're all right.
And I was born in Dover, and Daddy and Mother lived in Dover, and all our relatives over here in Henry County, and we had to come see them, go out to the farm, go to the old store, and we'd have to go down to the river and cross the river in a ferry.
Down there where the Scotch Fitzhugh or what is it?
Scotch Fitzhugh Bridge.
Ned Armour Quarter Bridge.
That's right. Before the Scotch Fitzhugh was built.
right.
That's right.
I've seen some old pictures
That's right.
of an old house that's set down there.
Yep.
And then I seen a picture of, I keep bringing his name up, Crawdad Chambers. Did he take the money at the toll gate when they put a toll bridge there when they first built it? I seen a picture of that.
I don't remember the toll gate, man. I just know the one at Dover, and I can't tell you his name because I was down there. See, you had a toll bridge on Dover across the Cumberland
Right,
River.
yep.
And I was down there when Franklin Roosevelt died. And the man told me, he said, son, run down there to the house and tell your daddy that the President of the United States has had a cerebral hemorrhage and died. Lord, I didn't know what that was, but I went down to tell my daddy. Daddy was working in the garden. We just lived 2 houses from the bridge, and I told my daddy that the president died. had some kind of hemorrhage, Daddy. I don't know, so he found out, But that.
How
so
wide
that's
was
true.
that river, Tennessee River down there? Wasn't that
Well-
wide, was it?
No, it was
Probably
about.
the width of down around Clifton and
Yeah, Perryville.
Perryville.
Down in that
Yeah,
area.
that
Yeah, if you've
width.
been farther south, yeah.
It'd be as wide as the court square.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, a little,
Yeah,
little
and I
wider.
heard that sometimes you could walk across it. It got so shallow.
Well, no, the main channel of that river is 70 feet deep.
Back then,
Yes, sir.
well, I always heard you could walk across it. Maybe they had long legs back then. Maybe that's
No,
what they did.
you could walk those, those little
Walk the
places
sides,
you
yeah.
see out there when the water's low is where the highway came.
Yeah.
You can see part of the old bridge
Yeah.
in Eagle Bay and
Yeah.
Buchanan's Bay.
You remember the old island you
Yeah.
could see out there in
Yeah.
Paris Landing? You
Yeah.
remember that? We used to swim out there when I was a
Yeah.
kid, all the way to that island.
So,
Walk
so,
halfway.
So I would say that highways and just, there was always entertainment in Henry County.
Leon was born
They-
on the banks of the Cumberland River.
Yeah, I
he
was,
lived. He
yeah,
lived.
over
he
in
lived.
Dover.
He lived on the Cumberland.
Yeah,
River.
their
Yeah,
house is
sure
was
did.
on the Cumberland River.
That's
Right
your
on.
house too, or was you born over
No,
here?
I was born over here. I'm a native Henry County.
See, that's the reason.
That's the reason why you couldn't run for
That's
office.
the
You
reason
couldn't-
I couldn't run for
Yeah,
office.
yeah, they brung you in,
No,
shipped you in.
Oh, man.
They probably slipped him in, damn
I
truth.
think they did. Yeah.
I came in under the night of day. I mean, day of night, something like that.
But they hadn't even told you about, like funeral home started in Stewart County,
Yeah.
and then they owned one in Gleason.
Yeah.
and
What
they
did it
started
cost?
the one in Gleason.
What did it cost to bury someone back in the? I'll give you the 40s.
Oh, $550 to $700 was a
Everything.
very, very high price funeral back in that day.
Really? Now what's it cost?
7 to 8.
1,000?
Yeah,
That's a lot of money. Just to
yes,
bury.
it is.
You know,
But look what a gas is now too, doggone
When
it.
their dad started the funeral home and bought it out, it was actually a hardware store and a funeral home in the back. Primarily a hardware
yeah,
store.
you know, the
In
sto-
Dover,
you know,
that's right.
the story of the one here in Paris is really a cool story. I'm going to start and let Leon and John finish it up. But the funeral home, the Ridgeway's funeral home now, was built by a man, was a banker that won the money racing horses. Bring that story on out.
Oh, yeah, he won it, his season winning was $4,500. And he built that funeral home.
As
for
a
that-
house.
For an event. And it's built out of quarter sawed oak and,
But that was his house, correct?
oh yes, that was his house.
Now, is he the one that killed the guy?
Yes,
Tell
yes.
that whole story. Listen to
That-
this.
that is good.
Killed one of Governor Porter's sons.
Yes, he killed one of Governor
You'll like
Porter's
his,
sons.
Travis.
Let's call it the Massacre of Valentine's Day in 1886. I believe I got the right day. It had gone on all day, a confrontation over this woman. And it
Like a wrestler. Go ahead.
Yeah, it ended up in a duel. And he shot Mr. Porter,
Governor Porter's
Governor
son.
Porter, that it was for, and they were all very wealthy. He was a banker, you see, too. He was a banker, and the others were very prominent people.
She must have been some woman's all I can figure.
Well, it gives her name. I forgot that name now. but
Down at
I did.
Only you would think of that, John.
Hey, man.
At the Heritage Center, I bought it a couple of years ago, is the history of all the murders that took place in Paris, and it's the wayward sons of Governor Porter. He had two sons, and they were both wayward young men, and kept Governor Porter. The article goes on to lead. He had been governor, and he had been a secretary of Interior or something
Interior,
under President,
that's-
and he was going to run for the United States Senate. And the problems with his family and his sons kept him from running for the U.S. Senate.
Now, they had a trial.
Oh, they never could get a trial.
They didn't, I thought they had a trial and he's found innocent.
No, they couldn't get a jury. They couldn't get anybody to sign the indictment against
So
them.
it was a duel. So they just walked out, 20 pace, turned around and shot.
Shot.
And so did the winner get the woman?
No, there's no never about that, was it? No,
there's no
never,
information
no
about that.
information.
So we don't know. See there, John Penn? That's kind of
Wow.
bad. Shoot a man on a woman, you don't get the woman.
Wow.
They wrote a song about that one time. I can't
Both
remember.
of them are winners or losers.
That's
Which
right.
way you look
That's
at
Either
it,
way you
Mike,
look
I
at
don't know how you look at
That's
it.
right. I mean, no, they're, parents could have been cool to live back in them days when somebody just made you mad, just shot them. I'd be a lot. Think about it. The
I
way-
work at the courthouse
gonna
every
say,
day.
yeah.
Mike.
Well, you'd been shot then.
I mean, I'd rather not go back to that, man.
I like the idea of that.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, because I'm that kind of guy.
Well, what if somebody comes in and they don't like the way you did their
Well, they
brakes?
I might be a faster draw than they are.
What if you're not as quick as you
Well, I'm a
used to
shot.
be?
What if you're napping right then?
Well, I'm shot.
We know what happens.
But you
Yeah.
got to remember, I might have shot them too.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, don't y'all? I'm the only one here that thinks there's some people need shooting.
Well, let me tell you this much: don't call those two because they'll be praying all the way. They hope nobody got there. Nobody really got hurt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, they're in my ears saying we've been an hour.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been fun, Mike, and
Well,
thank you for allowing
got
us
anything
to
else you wanna
share
say?
some old stories about each other.
Leon, you got a bunch of notes.
I know it over here. It's scribbling.
Well, just
but
tell
I
me
just
something.
want to never know all the people. It's very worthy that we have all this entertainment coming in because the people of Henry County have loved entertainment for years.
They have, and they still do.
Yeah.
And they always laugh at clowns. That's why I'm on here.
Well,
Well, Leon and Don, I want to thank y'all for coming on. I'm going to show you something right here, Travis. Did
If
you
you
see
want-
this? You wasn't here to see this.
No.
I'm going to blow your mind.
What is this?
That's 100 gallons of gas, cost him $18.50. In 19, and what is that?
39.
Look at it. Look at that on the screen.
Wow.
Folks, if
That's our
you-
grandfather.
That's our grandfather. That was a grocery store out there, but where I live at now, I could throw a rock and hit that old store where it used to be. But he bought 100 gallons of gas for $18.50. I bet if he sold that whole thing, he only got $19 out of it. Because you didn't make much on
You
gas.
think
back
I ought to send that to Biden?
Yeah, yeah. He'd tax you on it. Well, I got to ask you this question. Are you still an old school conservative Democrat? Are you independent? Are you Republican now, Mr. Ridgeway? Don.
I'm an American, and I believe in voting, and I always vote.
I like that answer right there.
He still got it.
He's still
He
a
still got it. I love
Well, I
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You was like my father. Nowadays, we call them, Ned Ray McWhorter Republicans is what we call them. But my daddy was an old Southern Democrat, and it's changed. That's all I can say. But I want to tell you, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you coming on. And I wish they'd shut the microphone off in the control room. There they go. And I want to appreciate you coming.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate this.
I don't know
I've
what
enjoyed
good you
this
done.
coming- You didn't need me
No, you
tonight.
just- no, you
I
just-
just drove them up here and went to dinner with them. But they could go 3 or 4 more hours.
I bet we could. Will y'all
and-
come back again sometime? He's going to do the parade with me next year. You want to come join us?
Well, he does the parade for another network.
Does he? Well, he's not good as we are. But that's
He's on
okay.
the radio.
Yeah.
He's got a
They-
face for radio.
Yeah,
you
he's
know
got a
what I
radio.
mean?
He's got a radio face. Well, you know what? Your brother is going to be competing against you next year. So it's going to be the Ridgeway versus the Ridgeway.
Now you saw who I went to first. So when I got
You
there,
did. You come
I
to
went
me.
to my uncle.
That's
Went
right.
to my uncle. Now,
That's right.
You know.
He come walking up through there at the parade, and I said, "Come on up here." He walked up there, and he got up there, and he sat down, and he knew every float. That looks like Dover. I believe that's Macklemore-Mooresville. And I'm sitting there thinking, this man is a genius. And it sure enough, that looks like so-and-so. And Heather was looking at me, and I said, this guy knows everything that comes out there. He did.
He say, how you know? I said, well, I look at their colors. I
I
can
couldn't.
tell what color they are.
You didn't even get into Leon's background in beauty pageants.
No, you been
Man's been to the Miss America pageant, taken
You got any pictures of him in a dress? Is that what you're trying to do?
No.
Oh,
He was a promoter.
He was a promoter.
Like Travis promoting music, he was promoting beauty pageants.
He was promoting pretty women.
He's got a problem with women.
Yeah.
He's got an issue because them women
I hope
wrestling.
my aunt's not. I hope she didn't get back from dinner and watching Facebook tonight.
Well, I'll tell y'all guys again, it means a lot to me. I feel honestly privileged to have y'all guys to take your time and come in with me. It means a lot to me. It really does. And I really hope y'all had fun.
Well, we've had fun.
Have you?
Just put the check in my mailbox.
So it's going to cost me more money, huh?
And
At
I'll take-
1939 price.
Oh, yeah. Let me see here. It was a dollar. Eight. How much you said?
18 cents.
That's right,
18 and a half cents.
I'll fill your car up at this rate right here. I probably
Okay.
got that in my change, probably.
In your ashtray.
That's right. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
I
it.
hope you had fun. But like I said, you and I, they didn't need us. Me and you could have sat over there and drunk sweet tea.
No.
And just let them sit over there and just start talking. That's what it's all about. You know what? We're losing this.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, we're losing this kind of history somewhere across this country.
We'll probably go back up to the funeral home where most of the tall tales have been told in the garage.
Did you have to grow up?
Do what?
Did you grow up listening to these stories?
Oh, I grew up in the back of that funeral
I
home.
know, but listen to these
learned-
stories.
Oh, yeah. I grew up, I mean, that's where we spent Christmas. My grandmother still lived above the funeral home.
yeah.
And so, my real education, as they say, was in the garage of the funeral home and around T. Leon and I went to AP school too and walked from AP school.
Did you ever get attacked by women wrestlers?
No, I have not. And my wife's watching, so why would
I'm
I
not
tell?
saying-
I mean, if
well,
I
I'm
did,
just asking a simple question.
I'm running again, Mike.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Cut him
asking
some slack.
A simple question. It seems like a Ridgeway, tradition here. Them women
Well,
wrestlers.
I've been involved in wrestling promoting.
There
but
you
that's-
go.
I mean,
There you
but,
go.
yeah, it's.
You're proud of this boy, ain't you? He's done a good
Fine
job.
young man.
Yeah,
we were blessed.
We are. We found out something. These two voted for him.
Did they really?
Yeah, they finally admitted it. They
Leon
did.
voted twice.
Yeah, Leon said vote and vote often.
Yeah.
Of course, I got to go. They're in my ear. Travis, I appreciate you again,
Hey,
brother.
thank you, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Marshall
Absolutely.
Tucker, big and
Marshall
rich.
Tucker's
Be there.
big
coming
big
up.
week.
Yeah.
Coming up Thursday.
Yeah.
Don't miss it, folks. We're lucky to have it going on. We're lucky to have you doing what you're doing. You do a good job.
Thank you. I
You really
appreciate
do. I know it's about over, but you're already starting on next year.
We are.
You
Never a
gotta
dull
put,
moment.
quick as this is over, we got
We got
the PBR.
PBR in 2 weeks, water
2
fun run 2 weeks
Oh,
after
yeah.
that, bullfighting a month after that.
Oh, it just never stops, does it?
It doesn't.
And women wrestlers. No, that's a different story. I'm sorry. I can't get that out of my head. I knew there was something
You
about
sidetracked tonight.
a sidetrack. I'm easy to get sidetracked.
If you do women wrestling, I know a guy
you
that'll
sponsor
promote it.
that,
I know.
won't you?
I know an announcer.
You'll sponsor it. You'll
I'll
announce it. We're
sponsor
good.
it. And Leon,
Half the
Leon
work's
ring-
done.
And Don, ring the bell.
Okay, I'll do it.
We got it all set up. All you got to do is find the wrestlers. I appreciate you coming in,
Hey,
man. I
thanks for
really
having
do.
me.
And I want to thank the lady that won the tickets, man.
Yeah.
You remember her
Look
name?
forward to
don't
having
you?
her out
Bridget.
there.
That's right. I was going to see if y'all remembered her. She won tickets, and I appreciate you doing what you do and coming on here with me. And we got to get fired up for the Celebrity Bull Ride. That's coming up, too.
Right around the corner.
All right, folks. We are about done with another show. Can you believe it? I mean, it's we got next week. Don't forget, we've got the Carroll County Sheriff's Race. We're bringing back the Meet Our Candidate series coming up next week. We got Sheriff Andy Dixon and his challenger Tim Pratt going to be in here, and we've also got the. How did you say that name? Maybe
Hyperion X.
something to that extent.
Yeah.
It's a.
Hyperion X.
Yeah, that's what you said. Coming in next week, we're going to talk about the titanium mining going on. So that's going to be an exciting show. So don't forget, June the 28th, we got the miners coming in. Say that word. And then we've got another one coming up. We got a boxing here. I'm going to put this up there. We got the Havoc in Henry County coming up Saturday, June the 25th.
I'm excited about that.
That's my old
Mike.
boxing gym.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I want y'all guys to come out here.
Those kids are good.
They are good. They are good. Caleb Plant got his signature on there. Maybe he'll be there. If he doesn't, we'll try to get him to come on the show. He's a good guy. But, folks, go out here and support these boxers. It's Saturday, June the 25th at the Henry County Fairgrounds. Doors open at 5 p.m. 3 p.m. The fights start at 4 p.m. I think that's what it says. Henry County Fairgrounds, commercial building. It's $5 to get in. You'll see some local talent that you wouldn't believe we've got. Henry County's got everything. We've got singers, songwriters. We've got the Ridgeways. We've got it all, and we even got boxers. I mean, what else can you want, folks? So anyway, don't forget, next Tuesday, we've got the sheriff's race coming on, and I don't want you to forget it. Next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. live. Tune in to the Mike Weather Show, and don't be late.